Before we get going into the video, my name is Brando for the new viewers. I'm the founder of Brandlux Media. We are an e-commerce growth agency. We've been able and so fortunate to work with 100 plus partners. And so the reason I started this channel is to document every framework that I know is proven to work and that actually work so that you can get some value from it and, hopefully make your business a success. With no further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. In this video, I'm going to bring you through a little quick case study. I'm going to show you one of our clients that is currently spending around $60,000 a month. So not like a huge amount of ad spend, but we're generating 2.6, 2.7 x ROAS, and the entire business is actually spending $1 and making $3.3 to $3.5 back. So it's very profitable. We kept the client wanted to kind of keep a bit of a higher profit margin. They also have like 65% margin on gross margin on the product, something like that. And so the entire business works very well and it's very profitable, right? And so I'm going to bring you through the exact same creative process that we are bringing them through. I'm also honestly going to talk about some strategies that we're just using for other clients that we're going to eventually test with this client. That is probably going to allow us to go from like $2,000 to maybe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per day in spend, right? So I'm going to show you the account, then I'm going to switch to the forums as usual and show you some frameworks. And I'm also going to analyze some winning ads that we take advantage from with some tools that we use to funnel hack, okay? So bear with me, stick until the end, and let's get right into it. Great, so here is just some proof. As you can see here, there's in the last 30 days alone, they spent around $60,000. Cost per click is really good. Unique CTR is 4.42%, which is really good. And then of course, I mean, you have to look at, everybody looks at CTR, then they look at CPMs, and they try to say, oh, the CPM is too high, the CTR is too high. The actual thing that matters is actually cost per click. So if you have a $1 cost per click, you're good to go to scale. Even it depends on your business economics, because we do have a client, just for your own context, that has like $2.2 cost per click, really competitive industry, but their economics just beat the expensive ads. And so, they have a very strong average order value, a very strong conversion rate, and so it justifies the more expensive cost per click. But typically, if you have $1 to $1.5, you're pretty much good to scale. And look, yeah, they generated $2.62 back. Now there is, this is not like, it is quite accurate, but the business overall, just because we have good email foundation, is doing around like 3.3, 3.2, sometimes $3.5 back. So for every dollar that we spend here on Facebook, we're generating around $3 to $3.5 back if we just look at the entire engine, okay? So yeah, what strategies are we using here? Just very quickly, I mean, let me just refresh so you know this is real. I forgot if I did or I didn't, but just in case, here you go. And yeah, so this is a client. We're using different CBO campaigns, mostly CBO campaigns, and they're distributed by either product or country. And I always talk about this whenever we use a CBO. If it's one product, it should be one CBO campaign. That's how we do it. And then if you're doing specific marketing for like maybe other areas like UAE or Europe or certain countries in Europe or just US or just Australia, we typically just tend to like create individual campaigns because sometimes these markets have like different angles that work for each other, and so we like to keep it maybe a bit more divided. It's not always the case. This is what we're doing for this client, okay? So overall, very good metrics. Let's actually get into some of the things that we've been kind of, working towards, and some of the things that we've been testing within the account that actually got the account in the first place. Now, don't get me wrong, we didn't get the account to this place. We've increased, I think they were spending, when they came to us, they were spending around $1 to $1.4 thousand a month, if I remember correctly. And now we've scaled them to like $2,000. Sometimes it was also $2,300 a day. So we've not really doubled the spend, but we've increased it by like significantly. And now I have basically a plan to show you a bunch of different frameworks in this video, just to go over some concepts that we will test with them, and also some things that we are testing right now. So first of all, the first thing that you need to understand to scaling your creatives to 7 figures is that you need to understand what works for you. Now, there are tools like Try Autria, like this one, for example, where you can go in and funnel hack your competition and basically go in here. And let me just do it with you. This is a great tool, Autria. If you don't have it, use it. It's amazing. You can basically funnel hack your entire competition. I've spoken about this many times, so I'm not going to do it in this video. But you can funnel hack their scripts, their ads, look at the distribution between ads and the landing pages that they're sending traffic to, and basically it breaks down everything if you just click on the brand. So you have to study what your best direct competitors are doing, take inspiration from them, but also take it with a grain of salt, because if your competitor runs very successful image ads and you test the same exact frame with image ads and it doesn't work as well for you, it doesn't mean like if they do image ads, like you have to do image ads as well. Of course, that is maybe the first thing that you should test because it's what they're doing and it's working. So always start with proven methodologies and frameworks, but do not limit yourself, especially if you're taking this seriously, to testing multiple things. And so I want to talk about some things that that have been working quite well for this client. For example, we did image ads, and a lot of people forget about image ads and they're like, oh, image ads, videos is always better because video sells better. In most cases, yes, but in some others, you might be surprised. Image ads can be very profitable. The client actually came to us and they were just running image ads mostly. If it was a video, it was a crappy one and it wasn't, doing as well. And most of the account, I think 80-90% of the account was mostly just good images, at least decent images, and just image ads, offer based, product based. And they're not even selling furniture. Furniture, you have to image ads work well for furniture businesses or like art or home decor businesses, because people see it. If they like it, they click on it. If they don't like it, they just move on, right? But it actually also works well with like these types of products, right? So test everything. What we did for them is that they start with image ads. Now we're starting to introduce, we're probably going to test 3 to 10 minute VSLs. I'm going to show you some examples of some VSLs that are working well. And then just standard UGC videos. As you see, we're in the process of testing them. Also this one over here. I also have another concept that I want to talk about later, which not many people use, which we are also going to test for this brand. But long story short, you need to find your own equilibrium. You need to understand by testing, because testing is always going to be the answer no matter what other people say. You have to test and see what works for you. Okay, maybe 30% of your ads are UGC and they're doing quite well there. An extra 20% are image ads, then an extra 20% are VSL type of funnels. You need to understand how your account is reacting to the ads, how your market is reacting to the ads. What does your market want for your account, for your business, for your brand, not necessarily your competitors. Okay, you need to understand this very well, because people think that you can just copy and paste and you're just going to see success from one day to another. You need to find what works for your own brand. Now, what we're doing with this brand, let me just show you this 3 to 10 minute BSL video, which we are going to start testing, and it actually really works well for other clients. But the concept is quite interesting here, because this brand, for example, they're doing, I think they have like 3,000 active ads. And they're testing something called, I like to call them like mini VSLs on the front end. And so they basically have, like, as you can see here, 3 minutes, 7-minute videos, 2 minutes, 27 seconds, right? So they're basically doing long form or kind of long formish ads that are like 3 to 10 minutes long. And they look something like this.
People don't believe my age. And in the next few minutes, I'm 56 and people don't believe my age. And in the next few minutes, I'm about to reveal how I went from this to this and reversed aging in my face. It's all thanks to a 5-minute morning facelift you can do at home. And ever since I started doing this, people don't believe my age anymore.
Introducing MyoGlow, a revolutionary skincare device that gives you a Hollywood neck and jaw lift without the pain.
So what I like about these VSLs is that, I'm gonna bring you through the framework that we also use to create VSLs like this, is that you can use voiceovers, which means that you can basically change your entire framework of the video and storyboard by changing the voiceover words. You change the scripts, you change the words, and at the same time you can leverage the same pieces of B-rolls and footage that your creators shoot for you. And I'm gonna bring, I've talked about this many times, honestly, in my channel, but I wanted to speak about specifically VSL. So I'm gonna bring you through how we do the B-roll thing very briefly, because I've done it too many times on this channel. But specifically, I wanted to show you these winning ads that have been running since January, right? This other ad has been running since January, so it's almost been 1 year and it's still been active. If an ad is active since a year, it's working, it's pumping money, it's printing money. Same thing with this one over here, January 19th. Let's just take a look at this one over here.
Demi Moore, and Cameron Diaz achieve ageless beauty well into their 50s and 60s,
Good
while
hook.
other women suffer from wrinkles, sagging skin, and signs of aging. If you're like me, you'll assume that they rely on...
So I like this one because they're taking the kind of like the celebrities are doing the secret behind this, what celebrities are doing essentially, right? And so it's an entire thing.
On-demand makeup artists and Instagram filters to get that flawless, almost effortless glow up that you see online. But there's a skincare secret they might not be telling you. One that doesn't require spending hours in a makeup chair or using filters or skincare treatments.
Let's take a look what they do after as well.
Muscles to support your skin. By sending gentle microcurrents.
What I do also like is that they also have B-rolls. They're using B-roll strategy, but they're also using graphical representations, like graphical imagery, where people can see what's actually going on with the product. It's a little more scientific, right? These are very, very good things. And so this is what I like to call a short form to medium form BSL, which is actually a long form ad, right? Typically ads for 30 seconds, a minute, maybe maximum 2. Here we're doing stretch into 3, 5, 7, sometimes even 10 minutes. And it's working very, very well for them. And it's you have a product that is like quite competitive, or where people are very skeptical about it, right? People wouldn't be skeptical about this case, right? But if you're selling like skincare or like a device like this one, or something that you apply on your body, or something that requires further explanation, meaning that it's very high tech driven, right? Things like this would 100% be worth testing, and this is what I would do. And by the way, how do we do these filters? We're using this app. You just have to follow the brand, and I always filter by longest running ads if you want to come up with new inspirations, and also like active ads. And then you can also see the distribution of the videos and the images that they're doing to take some inspiration. And you can also filter by a bunch of different things like video length as well, which is really, really interesting. And so if you want to do like between 90, 100, over 120 seconds, right? You can immediately see like all of these videos that are essentially like longer form. Either way, hopefully you got the point. Let's move back over here. And so this is what we're doing. Now, how do we actually generate these long form VSL videos? And I say like a VSL video, if it's like 5-10 minutes long and it's like on a landing page, that would be considered a short form, but it's kind of considered a long form VSL, as I said before, if it's on the ad side, right? So how do we create these fast? Right? We want to create these by working with UGC creators, and instead of asking them to do one video, we ask them to do B-rolls. And so we have them shoot like 15, 20, 30 scenes each. It's for the same price actually of a normal video. So it's like $100, $200 for like 10, 15, 20 B-roll scenes. Give them a very good understanding of exactly what you want them to film, and maybe also share the winning ads with them so they know what frames they need to film and to have a good understanding. What ends up happening is that for the price of one video, you get 10, 15, 20 videos that are 3 to 5 seconds long, multiplied by 5, for example, and then you get a bunch of B-rolls. And then you can use, as I said before, variations of the videos to create your own storyline, and then you use AI voiceovers. I spoke about this many, many times. I have more in-depth videos about it, but this is essentially how to create a standard UGC video, but also the 3-minute BSLs, 3 to 10-minute BSLs, which can be very, very hard to film a 3 to 10 minute VSL if you don't have multiple frames that you can use and a lot of content, right? So I would 100% test it. We still have to test it for this client. We still have to test this style for this client. For the 60K a month ad spend, we've literally almost only scaled with quality image videos, and then some videos that we've kind of recreated that actually really, really performed well, which gives me a very good indication that these also other videos are going to do well. Okay, we basically scraped some content and we made it work, right? And it worked quite well. Now, what I want to talk about over here moving forward is just the idea of raw, authentic UGC videos. And I'm also going to break down some examples that are really working well. So I just created this like very boring graph, which is probably out there in Google, an actual real graph about like skepticism and years as we move on in time. So as we move on in time, the level of skepticism, it has probably increased, which is sad, but it's the truth because a lot of people have been scammed, right? If we go back in the .com era, right, 2000, 2005, 2010, people just start to trust online and they start receiving value. But once again, as you do things, competitors arise and also scammers, and people just get scammed, right? And so skepticism will always kind of tend to go up. and there are going to be like fluctuations of how this the market reacts to skepticism, right? And being skeptical and evaluating how much authority a brand has. Which, by the way, you can really increase your authority if you're very good at marketing and presenting yourself. But either way, we're in the skeptical era. And so what works very well are two concepts: just raw content and then whitelisting, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. But raw content, let me just bring you through an example of a brand that's really cool, killing it. This is Boom by Cynthia Joseph. They're doing 8 figures. Ana Luisa, I'm not sure how much they're doing, but they're doing quite well. And so let me go over on the other side and break down the ads. So this is the brand. They're running 800 plus ads. Amazing. And same thing is that I just follow the brand over here. I filter by longest running ads, status active. And some of these ads, as you can see, are 4 minutes long.
A few years ago,
This is 6 minutes long. This is a faster retargeting ad probably. This is a faster one. But a lot of these ads are 7 minutes. to almost 3 minutes. 4 minutes. 8 minutes. They're essentially doing long form raw videos, and they're doing, I think it's working for them also because they're promoting to like people that are like 50 plus, and so they maybe enjoy this type of content. But it also works well if you just have like a super raw, authentic, and maybe it doesn't have to be 8 minutes. It has to, the principle of what I'm talking about is that it has to be raw and authentic. If these videos are not raw and authentic, they're not really going to work as well. And so of course these videos with b-rolls, this is mainly like a direct response, like pain point, solution, get the offer. B-rolls, of course, it's a way to like include image frames, footage, b-rolls, and other faces, like to increase authority, to talk about different pain points. But at the same time, we also want to test raw simple videos. And so these are just some videos just to take a look. This is one where it's more of like for younger generation.
These are just so... I'm just always a mess, but honestly, look how cute these earrings are from Ana Luisa. I'm obsessed. These are adorable. They kind of like disassemble, so I guess if you wanted to wear them on their own, you could do that too. I'm such a gold girl. Okay, whoa, these are so cute. I'm just so obsessed with the way this looks. Tell me you have seen a cuter earring. Ever since they went viral, they sold out, but they've been finally restocked, so I link them below.
Okay, so you see how this is very, it's not salesy. It's just like, oh my god, I love these earrings. Oh my god, gold suits me so well. It's amazing. It's like, it's mostly about her and how she loves the earrings and how she's a mess, right? Like, it's very natural, very raw, very authentic. Maybe somebody else would have said, hey, let's just cut this part where the earrings drop, and she just kept it on, right? And this ad has been running since June, so June, July, August, September, October, November, right? So oops, my light went off. But essentially, just plug this in, but essentially it works for them because it's very raw. This is the other example. Let me just play just some frames on it.
I started seeing some pictures of myself on Facebook and thinking, girl, the 80s are long gone, but you're still wearing way too much makeup and it's not doing.
So that's a decent hook. And so this is a 6-minute video just ranting about her using the product. This has been running since 2022. 2022 or 2024 now. You do the calculation. If an ad is running for this long, it's printing money. It's printing money. And so cool thing about this app is that you can also create similar scripts. But let me just show you a frame of what they're doing.
Which is where the boomstick trio comes in marvelously. I start my morning with the boomstick glow, which is this wonderful little stick of moisture. I like to use it on my crow's feet. I also slather it around my mouth, where I have what appear to be smoker's lines, though I've never smoked a day in my life. But what are you gonna do? Boomstick glow, that's right. Next I bring out what I think of as the miracle worker.
Very natural. Okay, so what they're doing here is that they're actually... What they're doing here is that at minute 6, or sorry, 2 or 3, which is the sweet spot, they eventually go into like B-rolls and authority, building more authority.
Not that tall, not that skinny, with silver hair.
and I'm asked to model for Dolce & Gabbana with Stephen Meisel. It was like,
So yeah, this is working.
this is great.
I love the product.
A bunch of UGC kind of B-rolls here and there to add authority, and this is just like they essentially saw somebody speak about the product for like 2 minutes, and now they're seeing many other people, right? So this is why probably the ad is 6 minutes long. But as you saw, there's like 2-3 minutes of the video just purely like natural UGC speaking to the camera directly. These are the types of videos that we're going to test with this client specifically, but what you should also test for your own product, because there's a lot of opportunity to do this. And a lot of people that think that you always need like super edited, crazy, fancy branded videos, but people don't care. They just want to resonate with people. Whitelisting, my next strategy. Whitelisting is one of the best ways to decrease cost per acquisition almost instantly. And the reason is because whitelisting, how it works is that, as you can see here on the top, you can, whitelisting essentially allows a brand to use the accounts, the Instagram and Facebook accounts, mostly just Instagram. You can also do it on TikTok, whatever, of the creator, so that the brand, even if it's sponsored, it looks like it's very natural and it's not like an ad. And so what's really, really important also to make these ads work is to make them authentic in the first place. We want to make sure that they look, as I say here, they look like raw, real, authentic, and organic videos. They need to look organic. And so if you don't do it this way and you try whitelisting, sure, maybe you get the same results, maybe you get better results, who knows. But if you add the authentic element and raw element to it, it's going to work even better. And so very simple, whatever. I'm not even sure why I created this, but like from Facebook to website with these two, creator IG and creator Facebook account. You link them, and it's a great opportunity to actually get even better pricing, right? Because what ends up happening is that when you ask for content, they will ask for a price, most likely if they're professionals. To maybe do a deal, you can say, hey, we'd love to promote your Instagram account so we can whitelist it so that you get more followers, more likes, more engagement, people that are actually, you can increase your we can pump your account with like ad spend, and we're spending $100,000 a month or $50,000. They'll be like, oh, cool, amazing, that's amazing. They will say yes, and then maybe they can do the videos for free, or they can give you a better price because they see the value there. So it's also a way for you to have some leverage, and at the same time, it's better for you because it's more unbiased. It's unbiased pieces of content, right? Same thing, same concept with the article or listicle approach. Or advertorial approach, I would say. So you can have a normal advertorial with your website, or you can also have an advertorial where you buy a new domain and you connect a new website like brandosreview.com or beautytipsandreviews.com, where it's like unbiased and people just see the URL and see the page that it's unbiased, and then you link your product pages throughout the article, right? That's also kind of like a whitelisting approach, but for advertorials. Either way, I did go on a rant here, but this is kind of like the approach that we're using. Always understand that you need to test what works for you. Don't underestimate image ads. Test VSL long form videos on the front end. If you sell, test them either way, you never know, but do that. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention here is that if you can, test podcasts. For some reason, podcast videos, UGC podcast videos work very, very well also because you have basically, for some reason, people think that you have more authority. So book a podcast session or have somebody book a podcast session, record, and put these into like a UGC format to sell a product, right? So get B-rolls to create both the VSL, long form VSLs, and also just the standard UGC videos, and nothing. Be authentic. This is the takeaways that I'm gonna take on with this client, and we're gonna test these concepts and do it for your brand as well. Let me know how it goes, and let me know if you have any questions. Also, please, to support the channel, like, subscribe, ring the bell. It does take some time to do these videos, but the reason I'm doing them is because I do receive good feedback, so it motivates me to do more. Okay, bye, and see you in the next one. Bye. On a side note, before I end it off here, if you actually own an e-commerce business and you want your business and your brand to be audited, we can just hop on a call, hop on a free strategy session with myself or one of my team members, and we can pretty much have a conversation about your roadmap towards next year and how perhaps you can reach your goals. Conversation is very laid back. It's honestly just to understand if there's an opportunity for us to do even business together one day. Okay? With no further ado, thank you once again. And who knows, maybe see you in the next masterclass.